Phillip Hammer starts on pole for the first time this season in the company of Thomas Cope. It's vibrant lights. And it's lights out and away we go for our first race of the day. But will it be Hammer or Cope who leads come the exit of turn number 1? Well, it looks like both drivers getting an equal stop. And immediately Cope tucking into the toe there. Hammer in fact getting the better run up through the gearbox as they head into the right-hander. Well, who's going to come out on top here behind us? We see Emil Koopmans looking around the outside there versus Igor Koz, and Koz right now giving them the elbow as they make the way on down. A couple instants further back for drivers who've gone round. We had a nasty instant through turn 1 towards the backfield. Lock up there for Koz. He goes wide. Emil Koopmans sandwiches his way on through. But now he's got the pressure of Patrick Thompson as Thompson gets the move on Koopmans in return. Hammer versus Cope. Cope's on the inside, and Cope once again trying to make a move early here, much like a Jerez last time out. But it's a shorter race here, and Hammer will not let this go unpunished as they make the way through turn number 6, albeit I think Cope's going to force Hammer to stay behind. Nathan Foster coming out of turn number 6, I think a mistake there for the Empire Motorsport driver. He loses the rear of the car, he catches it in time, but he goes back onto the grass here, albeit that could have been a disaster for Foster. You see all the drivers here charging on through it, and it does look so bad. And oh my good lord, and what on earth has happened there on the start finish straight, and it continues to domino effect here as more and more cars coming into the scene of an incident. As they all make the way down, now we've got 3-4 wide heading into turn number 1. That's 3 wide behind, as we can see there. Joe Newman literally getting muscled about by all the silver drivers of Steve Hobbs, Alistair Hatcher and Jeremy Story. Story here is going to try and pounce around the outside into the right-hander, and as they do, Story then a bit of contact turns in, finds Hatcher, but Romano goes deep, and as a result lets the silver stride through. In the fact we've got Hobbs, Hatcher and Story making the way through the corners now, all ahead of Romano. Johnny 8 in the silver class with P22 overall, and the American right now trying to keep a hungry pack of silver wolves at bay. It's going onto the brakes very late there around the outside. It goes Glenn Humberstone. He's got the brakes in the car, however, and meanwhile as they make the way out the corner, no way through. Humberstone threw everything at it, and DDD Blaming takes a sneak peek there on the inside in turn 6, and well, left into right they go as they come out of 30 to 38. Cope there running a bit wide, and that's the first mistake we have seen all season under pressure from Cope. Right now Hammer all over the back of Cope into turn 1 they go. Hammer being made to look around the outside, Cope on the inside onto the brakes they both go, and as they do, clearing the apex here where it's going to be side by side on quarter exit. Cope giving Hammer the space that he has earned himself, and as they come down in towards the right hander of turn number 3, well now Hammer's going to try and go all the way around the outside. This is daring here. They're still side by side of quarter exit. You can see Patrick Thompson trying to get involved as they make the way down the stretch up towards turn number 5, and as they go up through the gearboxes, it looks as though Cope may have a slight edge here initially. Remember, the road does tamper around to a left-hander here into the kink of 4, and onto the brakes they go, and Phillip Hammer retakes the lead under braking. Through the double right they go, and onwards towards the kink, and it's going to be an off-track there for Cope, and that could be the difference. That's going to buy Hammer 3 tenths, and that means a lot in the race. As Cope goes even wider as he rejoins now. He's got the dirt on his tyres, and I think Cope here just wary of the fact there's no longer any grip in the car, and Phillip Hammer takes the win in the round 9 sprint at Road America to Patrick Thompson P2. Thomas Cope in the end returns to the podium P3 in a surprise but a welcome one to be sure. Chris Eddersford makes it the win in the silver class, P10 overall, 7 seconds clear of Steve Hobbs, who comes on through to take the runner-up spot in the silver class, and then it will be Cameron Smith who takes his best result of the season overall and in silver, P12 overall, P3 in the silver class. This is how they line up for the round 10 feature race in the Porsche Cup Season 7. Simon Bamber takes reverse grid pole position for UKSimRacing admin team through the top 8 inversion, joined on the front row by Dean Powell. It is then James Parker and Danny Lee who line up on the second row of the grid, followed up by Emil Koopmans and Thomas Cope on row number 3, and then completing the top 8 inversion at Patrick Thompson and Phillip Hammer who complete your top 8. And it's lights out and away we go for the second race of the day here at Road America, as there's Will Spinner plenty off the line, but not for Simon Bamber, who nails the start as they make their way down towards turn number 1. As he charges his way on down, you can see James Parker immediately trying to come over to the inside to cover off Dean Powell, as he has got the move there. It looks as though Parker moving up to P2 nice and early. Start the race onto the brakes, they went in even laming a bit hot on the brakes there. Contact with the FR20 Sim Racing car as well. Not quite sure who that was who was in contact with. We are trying to understand incident once again, and this is on board with Jeremy Story as he comes into the scene. Contact with the rear there of Richard White's car, very hard whack, and everybody having to really fight for space on the circuit. Elbows out of piece for many a driver, and in Story not done that. He battled on the inside at first, blaming into turn 3. and well, going all in there, got the move done. And as they head on down, he'll be hoping that he can outbrake Sedgy and therefore force him onto that compromised outside line. Sedgy open up as much of the corner as he can in order to go for a cutback. It's a good cutback manoeuvre, and as they head up towards turn number 6, side by side on the brakes, and well, it will be Sedgy who takes the place there with a brilliant piece of overtaking. And here is what happened. He's in the run down towards turn number 5, onto the brakes he went, and as he did, a bit of contact there with the 88 Tech car that seemed to get it wrong. Was turned across the road. Khalid Ramadan and Ace Scott both avoiding Nathan Foster. This is what happened to Corey Lazarus. We see the tail end of it. In fact, it was up towards turn number 6 first where it went wrong, battling side by side with drivers there, battling with Jeremy Story, who comes in a bit too on the brake, sends Lazarus sideways, and that's what sent Sedgy round as well. And well, it was a domino effect then. Sedgy was parked up in the gravel. Back up to Danny Lee versus Patrick Thompson. Well, the Olympus Esports driver of Thompson looking for the move here on Lee is turn number 5. Lee trying to defend it around the outside, and well, getting a little bit of tank slapper there. The rear of the car just letting go and not hooking up. And here comes Hammer looking up the inside, can't quite find it to turn number 6. Movements in the draft, but not quite able to get close enough here. He's a tenth away from potentially looking for the move, and as he goes away, he gets his nose in on the braking, and will Bamba, I think, will feel as though now he's got to give the space, and indeed side by side on corner exit, Bamba takes a little bit of gravel for his woes, and as they make the way up towards turn number 6, well, Koopman's on the inside there and gets it done. Right now under pressure from Powell, albeit he won't be feeling too much pressure in terms of class position, just overall position as they head in towards turn number 11. We've all said a change of lead at the front as Powell goes wide, going on through the King. The King claims another driver. And on lap 7 they made the way out to the King, and Parker ran wide there in his haste to carry as much speed as possible, and Cope able to just go around the outside for 11A as they made the way down towards Canada Court. We've had a change of leader in the silver class, so halfway. That's getting Humberstone looks around the outside into turn 1 versus Chris Eddersford. Eddersford defends here. They've got Dean Powell behind the goal driver, watching on the popcorn seat view versus the silver leaders. They head down to turn number 3, but Glenn Humberstone here putting pressure onto Eddersford. I think Eddersford might be feeling that the tyres are starting to go away. 8 minutes to go. Humberstone close. He's getting closer. Looking up the inside. Bills on in. Eddersford not in position to defend it this time. This could be the move. And as Humberstone heads onto the brakes, Eddersford still down the outside, committing to pinning Humberstone to the inside apex. But the problem is now that he's got to do it twice. He's got to go around the outside again at turn number 3, and then hope he's going to be able to out-drag Humberstone into turn 5. Well, to be fair, Pat Humberstone not quite as assertive into turn 3 as in turn 1. Eddersford having a lot more confidence there, and it shows the toe. But Eddersford sees it's coming and blocks hard down onto the inside, and as they make the way in towards turn number 5, well, they both go wide, then they're both pushing each other so hard. Powell makes it 3 wide on the exit of the corner, and as they make the way up the hill, it's Powell on the inside of Humberstone, goes all in, and Powell does put himself between the two silver drivers. He was the break into solid concrete that wall, and heading in towards turn number 1 was going to be Cos looking around the outside, and well, Cos there carrying the momentum all around, but Parker defending hard on the inside. The DCW Racing Race driver does not want to let this go. He knows he's on course for a podium here, his first podium of the season. And as they come down, well, in fact, Parker will at the inside, switches back there before the braking zone. Parker goes away, and Cos now tries to switch back in return, but Parker retakes P2. There is what happened in that midfield pack. Firstly, 3 wide into turn 5 is always going to be entertaining, and well, then Newman and Smith coming together, and well, Newman to the barrier, and then Smith following on through, and the two drivers sending each other across the road. Head down towards turn number 1. Eddersford right now trying to make it 2 wins back to back, but meanwhile Humberstone hot on the brakes into the opening corner, but Eddersford just squeezes the door shut. It's almost there for Glenn Humberstone on the inside of Eddersford into Canada Court, and they're 2 wide on corner exit, and they're still 2 wide all the way up the hill to 13. Humberstone then trying to go around the outside. Eddersford plants it firmly on the inside and says, "You shall not pass." Right now you've got Marcel Fridge and also their Khalid Ramadan at both battling for gold class positions as they make the way into turn number 1. So they've got a gold battle to drink for as Neil Humberstone goes in. He goes hot, but he goes all in, and it's a phenomenal move from Glenn Humberstone to send it from as far back as he did. And now it's going to be Eddersford who cuts back to the inside here. Then nip and tuck as they come through turn number 3, and as they make their way through the right hander and onwards towards turn 5, again it is Eddersford
Eddersford ahead. It's not over yet as they charge their way down towards turn number 5, and we look to the blimp camera far away. You can see Fritsch and Ramadan side by side. Marcel Fritsch defending to the inside in that battle for P11 in the gold class. But onto the brakes, they'll go into Eddersford. They're parking the car in the middle of the road. He does not want to let Humberstone have any advantage whatsoever. Thomas Cope here makes his way out the final corner. I do believe it's going to be a checker flag for Olympus Esports Vanguard. We may have missed out on the win in race 1, but he returns the winning race in the round 10 feature of Road America, taking the win in the end by 7 seconds. What a margin ahead of Igor Kozik, finishes P2 as he comes across the line, a second and a half clear of James Parker, who rounds off the gold podium. But what about the battle between Eddersford and Glenn Humberstone? Well, Eddersford's done it, ladies and gents, but he holds up Humberstone to the line, and he makes it back-to-back wins here today at Road America. And what a way to do it in style. Glenn Humberstone threw everything at it, but he couldn't quite find it in the end. Khalid Ramadan P13 ahead of Marcel Fritsch P14. Alistair Hatcher just behind, round off the silver podium, P15 there.